All right, guys. So we're definitely on that bull run. Um, it's a little tricky the first 2 days here because on a lot of the 1 months for October, there's like a high and a low here in the three, like on the third and the fourth. There's a high correlator and a low correlator on a lot of the 1 months. It's not so much here on the S&P 500, but the revisiting of a crest that takes place here. Six of cups, early in the morning on the third, right? We have a moon decline at the end of the day. My sense is, so I got out way too early. I got out here, and I was looking to adjust. Um, for whatever reason, I should have stuck in, but I haven't seen an opportunity to get back in. So what I actually did is when we started to break out through here, I went in and I bought a vertical call spread, $3 call spread. I purchased for $1.40 something. And so if I'm right, and we have like a pullback overnight, or a decline, or like for part of the day, it looks like tomorrow, then what I would do is buy back that short leg on the vertical call spread, and then it just becomes a long call, but for a discounted price because I would have made money on the short end by selling it, buying it back at a lower price than I sold it for, if that makes sense. So that's my strategy now, only because I was hasty and got out a little early. Like I said, there's a lot of conflicting cards here. My sense is that we do have a pretty significant bull run because I see a lot of highs here on the 1 month here, between like depending on the stock, between like the 6th and the 12th. But a lot of bearish cards in the midst of a bullish day. What concerns me? There's a few things that concern me. Okay, so the futility card, a big move higher in the face of seemingly overwhelming headwinds, um, even breaking through resistance at some point, but it's nullified, right? Which means that we likely have a drop. I'm sensing, since we have such a big move, and this is a pretty sharp decline card here. End of the day, it's just that it has a high correlator. So we either see a decline off of the high here in the last hour, which is my sense, and then into the post market and overnight, or we rally into the like an end of day high, and then overnight we have a bit of a move to the downside. But in any case, I'll be looking for an entry point to get back into calls tomorrow, long calls, like without a short leg added to it. The reason why I did the short leg is because when I purchased, when I wanted to get back in, it's like, oh, am I being hasty? We're at the upper end of RSI. There's more room to run. But yet we've got these concerning things here. So the futility card nullified. We have a couple ruins here. Two reverse clairvoyant anchors, advising that I open up protection around the high, which is end of day or near end of day. And then another one indicating that the high is a brief opportunity before a decline. And you can see before indolence, right? And then the following day, we have indolence at the high. The Magus card can go either way. It's a wild card. It has correlations to negative energies and positive energies. It's really dependent on how it's used, the energy. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what is a short squeeze, a relief rally, um, whatever you want to call it, Raymond. But it's temporary. It's like this week. It's going to be a tricky week because even in the sense of us going higher, there's still a lot of, like, this is a pretty bearish card. The moon card is a significantly bearish card. And then disappointment's not the most bullish card. It's more bearish. You bump up through resistance and then break back down, and then decline off of a crest. So there's a crest on the 7th that we decline to and through a support level from. It's that following Monday where I see a lot of highs, but there's also a big low there on, like, I think the 11th. So big price swing, and I should be prepared by that point. I should be positioned. I will be positioned in both directions before the end of the weekend. Right now, I am positioned in both directions, but I'm short heavy just because I sense a little bit of a pullback. Decline card. That's another indication, something to be concerned about with this end of day rally. The disappointment card as well at the 3 o'clock mark. We're just coming up at 3 o'clock now, and that's my sense is that we'll likely turn around here and have a sharp drop, revisit a support level that was recently a past opportunity. So maybe like here. And then on the 5th, my sense is we rally pretty high. Towards the end of the day, there's a big rally towards the end of the day on Tuesday, tomorrow. Pushing into tomorrow. Looks like we have pushing into the 5th. It looks like the 5th low is actually on the 4th. That's super bullish. We also have a non-nullified indolence card, or futility card. So overall trend, we're going higher, but I think there's a little bit of there's going to be a little bit of an opportunity since I got out early today. I only got out because I saw another opportunity, but it looks like I was a little off as far as timing on that. Yeah, I mean, we had this opportunity here. I read at least today I read the Ace of Discs as a decline. And it could be tied into this universe card, but really what I'm expecting now is the universe card. This would be a good cash out opportunity here, which I should have thought about that. Sometimes you do hasty things. But yeah, there's a lot of things indicating to be careful, get some protection, like short term, very short term. I have protection. I'll be selling out. There you go. See, we're coming up on a bit of a decline here, guys. Off of the RSI. So I actually made a smart move by opening up a leg. See, here we are at the top range of the RSI on the 5-minute already. We're real close on the 10-minute, but you can see sometimes we don't make it and then we turn around, right? It's always good to look at prior behavior to get like an overall kind of behavior of RSI, just like you would with the chart. Different stocks have different behaviors, different RSI behaviors too. So if you just hopping on, guys, I got out too early. I was looking for like a quick back in. Didn't take place, unfortunately. Not when I expected it, and I didn't want to miss out on like a super big move because overall I know this week is going to be bullish. So what I did is I actually got back in when we broke out above this price here. Where is it? Oh, there you go. When we broke out above that price right there, I bought back in on the long side, but with a vertical spread. So there's a short leg to the vertical spread, which caps off the profit. If we move in the right direction, it caps off the profit. It's the $3 spread, which means for every spread I'll make $3 or $100 or $300. Paid $1.40 per spread. But I don't plan on holding the short leg. I did that because in case I didn't want to miss out on a bullish run without a big dip, but I sensed it coming, so it was a compromise on my part. And what'll happen is, based on us declining, the short leg will actually make some money. I can buy that back at a lower price, and that will be like a discount on the long leg that I purchased. It's hard to say, but I think so. Yeah, it's a little. Well, what's important to point out, guys, is I did the interpretation of this S&P 500 October reading before we went into Mercury retrograde. Bang, bang. So it's very reliable, is my sense. Um, I think probably, yeah. I think probably we have. There's a significant gain early in the month. There's just a lot of things showing significant gain early in the month. And likely at the end of the day on the 10th. But it'll be easier to determine, obviously, the closer we get based on what transpires. I think for the S&P 500, it's probably the 10th. I will most likely buy protection. Um, on Friday. I think it's probably on Friday. When looking at the dailies, you can really isolate it a bit closer. So I think it's probably on Friday. We might like revisit it again on Monday, or like maybe we'll be a little bit higher and then we'll drop. But it's super bearish day on Monday. And it also marks an opportunity to get in. So you can see this is super bullish. To see the Princess of Cups card in the high position is super bullish. It indicates that even at the price level of the high, it's still an opportunity to open up a long position. So in the midst of that decline, I'll go long. There's a dip there. And then probably out again. We'll see. I'll probably go long, but for a real short term. And then I'm going to be short, basically, looks like the rest of the month, in my sense. Let me see. Yeah, looks like the lows somewhere around the 20th to the 26th, as predicted. But depending on the stock, it might be a little different. They're definitely showing very similar behavior. Yes, that's what my plan is, Raymond. 100%. And I think if you want to be super safe, I'm pretty confident that the moves will be big enough that if you wanted to be like super cautious, you could do spreads like a straddle or a strangle or something like that. But it's not necessary, you know. I'm in both directions right now just because I saw on a lot of 1 months there's like a high and a low here in the first 2 days of the month. Mm, that's annoying. Well, matter of fact, this could be the disappointment we're lining up for right here, right? We do a little bit of a dip, we retest, and then we break down. And that would have been 1, 2, 3. So that would be the 3 crisscrosses. It could be the 3 crisscrosses that we see near the close. It could happen a little bit early. I think that's probably what happens, right? Like this is right at 3 o'clock. We have a high here. And I sensed a high at 3 o'clock followed by a low, some sort, either there at the very end of the day or over the weekend. Um, let's see. Where's October? Ah, there we go. No, actually, I want the 1 year here. My sense is that we don't revisit the low here. Well, we've got that eclipse, so that's what we're experiencing. I think right now is this like a lot of the time with the moons, you'll see like near term like intense like influence, but on the near term, like not for a long period of time, only over like a few days. And with solar eclipses, what you get are like these bullish spikes, and sometimes they're followed by a crash. I do get a lot of like Ace of Wands at the high for October is bearish, right? At the high, it's an opportunity to open up a short position. Actually, we may revisit the lows. We may revisit the lows. Let me see. Yeah, I think we'll probably revisit the lows here. But remember, this was a fake out, right? We talked about how the low in September was going to be a fake out. So we broke down through this important price level here, and that's like basically all of the computers, the algorithms trying to trick humans into following those stupid technical analysis books that basically tell you how to get screwed over. Like, like if you follow those books, my God, like how are you? You have to use your own percentages. You have to use your own experiences. But yeah, so we should have a pretty good spike. I think probably up to like 390. Um, I think probably, yeah, I think we're probably going to revisit the lows, is my sense. That would make sense too from the standpoint of the 1 year. Right? So we're like in this swiftness kind of card here, but then it's followed by a more decline. And then at the end of the month of November, we also have opportunity to open up a short position. It looks like there's a pretty notable decline to the December low, but I don't foresee the December low being as low as some of these other. It's not going to be as low as these last lows that we've seen recently. So let's see if we can actually identify it. Like probably, I'm thinking probably around like the 357s. Probably around like the, to be safe, probably around the 360s, below 360. Something also to point out is that we also have, as much as these are three very bearish reverse clairvoyant anchors, a fourth one at the end of the day near the high. These are all about the high. This is another one near the high. So those are like all bearish, but then we also have one indication that we're going higher as well. So it's like don't be overzealous, you know. There's that three crisscrosses. Nice. That's pretty good indication that we're declining from here, is my sense. And if that's the case, then I nailed the high. I mean, as far as timing, I said right around 3 o'clock. Nailed it. I think that's what I said. I don't watch them, but based on what I see here, that's what I would have said. 320. I'm not so sure. I mean, price levels are not an easy thing to pinpoint with the tarot. Tarot's about the timing and the overall behavior, but the actual price levels, that's more technical chart stuff. I can do like yes no's pretty simply, but I don't like yes no too often. Sometimes I don't like it. If that's what they're saying, I mean, there's a good shot we could go there. Elliott wave theory is a pretty sound theory, I think. but maybe not. Maybe close to it, but not to it. I don't think so though. I don't think we're going that low. No, we're not going that low. The the third low was this fake out here, right? When we look at the 1 year, so we were a little bit behind as far as timing, but that'll happen because each of these timeline cards here going across, like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, just straight across horizontally, those are timeline cards that each represent about 2 weeks. So you're going to have quite a bit of variation at times there. And so we saw the last of the low correlations. And, you know, with the Elliott wave theory is probably banking on information that has to do with this low here, but this low is a fake out from a technical standpoint. Everything on the 1 year says that's a fake out. The low in September correlates to the devil card. It's also a significant trade opportunity. Yeah. Pretty sure I nailed that. And so what I'll do now is I've got that long position, or that long vertical long. What I'll do is tomorrow I'm going to sell my puts, and I will buy back the long position, and I'll just be straight long calls at some point tomorrow. And I'll be long calls until the 7th at the end of the day. Actually. Yes, at the end of the day. Well, we are going to have a significant drop, so it is possible, Raymond. I mean, I'm by no means an expert on calling price levels, to be clear. That's where I sometimes lose my money, is because I'll overestimate or I'll underestimate a move. But I found that, well, Elliott wave theory is pretty sound, but, you know, the thing is that there's things that can happen that will totally break, like, Elliott wave theory. Like, you know, like life, big scale, grand scale things take place that we don't see coming. The tarot sees those things coming. So, like, an example is I used to own Cameco. I believe it was 2010 when Fukushima happened, and it was a huge bull run for Cameco. They're the biggest uranium miner in the world. And I was doing these readings while still developing the system, like it was in its early stages, but I kept getting water, 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 sell, 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 water, sell. And from a technical standpoint, there was absolutely no reason to sell. Like any technical trader would have been like, dude, you're a moron. Why are you doing that? And the very next day, Fukushima happened. You know what I mean? Like, so I always go with the cards, but they don't tell me price levels per se. I mean, I'm able to extrapolate price levels in some instances, but it's always utilizing past price levels, right? Like, to indicate where we, like a range of where we are. And you got to keep in mind that if that's the going, like, idea, then that's probably what the computers are going to make people think and then fake out, you know. But I don't know. It's hard to say. We'll have to see when we get a little bit closer. It's really dependent on like, I'll be able to tell you if we drop significantly lower here at the end of the week, into the end of the week, and we like break down like through a past low, then I'd say we're going lower. But if we don't and there's still room to drop to meet our past low, I'd say we probably revisit that low. That's my sense. Don't miss out on what you're confident with based on what I'm saying, though, because again, I'm not an expert on price level, or, you know, picking price levels by any means. Uh, yeah, right around the 24th is my sense. There's some really erratic behavior going on here between the 22nd, or excuse me, between the 24th and the 27th. I've got high correlators and low correlators. Um, my sense is that those aren't highs for the month. Those are more so like new, like fresh, like near term highs after a significant low. And yes, I think probably the time to close out of my puts will be late on the 24th or very early on the 25th. But I'll open up a call somewhere early on the 24th probably. Yeah, you got it, man. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the confidence. Oh wow, we got 10 viewers. That's our highest yet, guys. Woo! Thanks for spreading the word. Whoever's doing that, really appreciate it. I'm sure you all are. Um, so if you're just hopping on, guys, I did something impulsive this morning. Got out too early. I got out here because I saw all these bearish cards, and I'm like, crap. Thing about the Ace of Discs card is that it's not always bearish. Sometimes it's a pretty significant move higher. And there you go. You got that. But there's all these things indicating to be bearish. So I got out too early, and rather than me chasing the rest of the rally, what I did is I opened up a vertical call spread, a $3 call spread I paid $1.40 something for, with the idea that if we don't have this like pullback that I see here, all these things indicating a little bit of a pullback, then I'll still make some money. I'll make about $300 per contract, but it's capped off. Now, if I'm right and we do have that little bit of a pullback and that opportunity to get in again on the long end, what I'll do is I'll be able to buy back that short end of the vertical call spread, and that'll give me a discount on the long leg, and I'll be owning 370 calls for a really cheap price. Yeah, that's what I think, Raymond. Exactly. Um, some other things, guys. So when I did all the October readings for different stocks, there was a high and a low correlator here, and like there was some, like we have choppiness here and choppiness here. So there was a little bit of choppiness here between the third and the fourth. Not as much. I didn't see it as prevalent on all of them, but I did see it. So that's my sense. We're also, today is when we actually visit the the revisit the crest in the midst of some erratic behavior. Definitely see us going higher, like through the end of the week, and then at the end of the day on the Fridays when I'll be selling my calls. The other thing is we do have quite a bit of bearish energies. This is the breakdown, the end of a rally marked by a fast sudden move higher, and then a breakdown through a diagonal trend line that we were rallying along. Um, 1, 2, 3. That could be a 3. 3 crisscrosses as well. So I've got my, if you're wondering, my call spread is 370s and three. I'm short 373s, long 370s, expiring on the 14th. I'm trying to shave a little of the cost off of the 370s, basically. And right now it's not working out in my favor, but it'll still yield money if I'm wrong about a little bit of a pullback. Yeah, see, overnight, I sense that rally ends. There's pretty notable move there in the pre-market or overnight. Looks like a sudden dip within a period of sideways rotation here to revisit a past support level that was recently an opportunity. And then there's that indolence card there as well. We may actually end up having the high at the very beginning of the day and then a decline. It's hard to say, but there's a bit of a pullback here. Is Apple gonna miss earnings and sell off? What day are earnings for Apple? October 27th. It would appear that way. It would appear that way, yeah. Based on those two low correlators there. I mean, these are all bearish cards. Looks like we test resistance 3 times and then we break down. This is also bearish. And it also is correlated to an opportunity to open up a short position. So I'd say the 26th is a good day to buy protection on Apple. Probably sell it on the 31st. That's what I would do. I'll probably do that. B, if you don't mind, remind me that I said I was going to do that, because that looks like a pretty that's a pretty confident trade there. You've got the earnings catalyst. Yeah, that's my sense. Probably what'll happen is on the 26th, at some point early on the 26th, most likely early on the 26th, we're going to hit a critical resistance level, and then we'll break down from there, probably retest it, or maybe a slightly lower resistance level on the 27th and break down from there, and then we have a sharp decline on the 28th into the 31st. It shows a big spike. I made like, I think it was like a $6 move or something like that, and they missed their earnings. They missed their earnings and it still went up. I still made money, you know, because it's follow the cards. Looks like they do, or they meet them, or they miss them. They don't beat them. One, two, three. That's probably the 3 crisscrosses. I hope that is, and now we see decline. I'd really like to see some decline so I can get back out into my hasty exit. S&P, sorry. There's opportunity on the 5th to open up a short position. There's opportunity on the 10th and the 12th. Appreciate it, B. Oh my god, I just got so hungry. Give me a sec, guys. I wonder if I read this card as bullish because I keep getting bearish energy for it now. Bearish with a big move to the upside at the end of the day. Like that reversal, that fortune card there's looking like a pretty, like right before noon, probably a reversal. It'll be a really, really, really nice maneuver. We open up lower tomorrow, and I sell out. I buy back that short position. That'll give me such a discount on the 370 calls. I see a sharp B. I see a sharp decline the 19th to the 25th for like it's market wide. It's not just Apple. It's market wide. So this could be a very big move to the upside for the market this first week. There's bearish cards all throughout the week, which really throws me off a little bit. But I'm sensing bullish, and when I look at a lot of the other stocks, it's the same thing going on. They're bullish. So, but that's it. Then we have like a price swing. People probably the first initial scare here, and then we fall pretty hard between the. There's like a crest on both ends of this drop here for a lot of stocks. So like a crest somewhere here, probably in the 19th, and then we fall pretty hard. Oh, sorry, I was looking at Apple again. I'm so sorry. Um, I want to double check that ruin because it's almost inverted. Yeah, the 18th is another place that's an opportunity at that crest. It's either the 18th or the 19th. Another opportunity to open up protection for Apple. There's quite a few of them throughout the month. That's the main theme of the month. If you probably already watched the prediction. Hey, Philip. Yeah, I was just talking about how I was impulsive and got out a little too early. So what I ended up doing, because I got out here, seeing all these bearish cards, and a lot of indications to buy protection at the high, knowing that it could be here. It turns out it was towards the end of the day, the high. So what I did is when we broke through this price level here, I actually opened up a vertical call spread with the intent on when we move on to the downside to buy back that short leg of the vertical call spread for a little bit of a profit, and then I'll have a discount basically on the long leg that I'll hold till the end of the week, sell right before the close on Friday. That's what I'm at. So still on both sides, basically. I also cost average down my 340 puts, so they're super super cheap. There's a good chance that I'll be able to get out of them for even. Or less of a loss, really. Only a loss, if there wasn't a long leg, and there is a long leg. But that's the way that you can make money in volatility. If you know how to time the market, you can do that. If you don't believe you can time the market, you can't do it. If you believe you can time the market, then you can do it, right? And so you put on the legs a bit at a time, based on the movements that you see throughout the day, and you can end up with a position that's profitable no matter what. Like I've had vertical spreads that I put on for and got paid to put them on. Like long vertical call spread that I got paid to put on like it was a credit spread instead of a debit spread. One, two, three, and then decline there. So the fact that we have bearish cards here in a bullish week, it speaks of quite a lot of big moves, guys. Big moves. And we've got the moon card tomorrow at tomorrow's high. It's bearish price swings with a sharp drop. That's the moon card. In most cases. I hope this drop continues, giving me that opportunity to get back in. Well, I mean, I do it tomorrow. What's up, buddy? Come here. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, you know. I know. You want to say hello, right? You know? Everybody loves you. Everybody loves you, you know? Yeah, I know. Thank you. I love you too. What you doing? He's my good luck charm. Bitcoin La Beluga. What? I don't know what that means, but Bitcoin to the moon agilla. Okay. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, it's gonna have a huge move at the end of the year. At the end of the year, guys. Definitely having a big move at the end of the year. We're gonna see a little bit of a decline after this big push higher. I haven't looked at the chart for Bitcoin, but my assumption is that we're probably pushing pretty high already, moving like to the upside pretty strongly. There'll be a notable high here. It's the abundance card. Right, this could be a very significant high for the year, and then we should see another big move towards the very end of the year. U-shaped dip the following year, however, so important to be careful. This is a bullish year for Bitcoin, to be clear, guys. Are they going to do that with like? Is Bitcoin going to the moon on like a SpaceX rocket or a Virgin Galactic? If we were to see lower lows, if we were to see lower lows this year in Bitcoin, it would most likely be this month, towards the end of the month. But my sense is that we don't. My sense is we've hit the lows already, guys. Doesn't mean we won't hit them again. Yeah, space is super cheap. Super cheap. I think I still got to do a 10-year for SPC. Let's look at a Bitcoin chart, guys. I think it's seen its lows, guys. I think that was its low right there. That's my sense. September 22nd-ish. September 20th-ish. Should see a good spike, and then... oh, sorry. I always do that. I gotta stop doing that. So... right here, guys, that's the low. That's my sense is that that was the low right there on the 20... Is it the 21st? The 21st. There you go, buddy. You want a toy? I'm gonna get him a toy real quick. Where's your chew stick, man? You want? Yeah, I mean, based on the predictions for that I've had for Bitcoin, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm totally in agreement. I don't know. There's a very good chance that we could hit 40,000 at the end of the year. There is a very based on what I'm seeing. I don't really call price levels too often. I'm more about the timing and the sequence of events. But I wish there was a better way to open up this. Oh, here we go. I would be more, I mean, Bitcoin for sure, but I would be more interested. I am more interested in Ethereum based on what I saw happening, transpiring on the 10-year. Yeah, I mean, the markets are up. It's either a short squeeze or it's just a relief rally. Um, it's more of like a short squeeze, is my sense. Um, in November, where did it go? November's not released yet, so I'm going to look at it over here. Sharp drop in off of the first Friday the 4th. There's a sharp drop there over the weekend. We're establishing support. I don't foresee it being a much deeper low. I don't foresee a much deeper low here, guys. I see the low of the year has already transpired. We may see it again. It's likely we see it again one more time. Maybe not though. Could be a V-shaped dip. Looking at the wrong charts here. All right. Oops. Off quite a bit there on the timing, but we came back. We're back into it here. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think we probably come close to this low again. I don't see us going lower. Is my sense. I mean, it's possible, guys. I'm not right all the time. Oh yeah, Block, you're 100% on the ball, dude. 100%. I'm in agreement with you, man. This what's happening now. The reason why there's no safe havens is because there's a huge transfer of wealth going on right now in the background in preparation for I mean, guys, yeah, maybe the Florida will be underwater in 30 years, but what people don't realize is that all of parts of Florida are going to be underwater at different periods of time. It'll be above water, below water, above water, but we had the storm, the ocean basically was all of, western coast of Florida was the ocean. It was a huge storm surge. So people are waking up now. I said that this was the storm season. People would wake up. There's going to be mass migrations, price swings in real estate. And yeah, I mean, the safe havens are definitely going to be crypto in the long run. I thought it was going to be metals, but now I'm seeing them confiscating metals pretty strongly in 2024. Be a very different world with decentralized currency is the number one thing. Anyhow, so we were pretty. So outside, well, if you mean lower than our previous low, I do not. I see. Well, you know what? Now I'm getting a different feeling. I'm gonna do some homework on the price level, guys. But if we're still off, right? So we had the high and the low mid-year. We were off a good month, it looks like. But we still had this high-low thing here, right? We just predicted it here. So here, right? And then that would mean that we're delayed on the sequence of events. In which case, there's 1, 2, and a third low. It's the second low that's the death card, was my sense. And then the fake out, this is definitely a fake out at the low in September. I mean, it really, you know, it really depends on how much of a move to the upside we do this week. I'll be able to determine if we're going lower with a lot more clarity once I see how high we go this week, if that makes sense. XRP. There's a bunch of XRP predictions. Did you see them? Let's see. Matter of fact, guys, that's the bell. I have to go, but what I'll do is with XRP, I'll do some investigating, and I'll talk to you more about it next time I'm on. Because I gotta roll, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think ETH is probably gonna outperform Bitcoin at this point. Yeah, see, I'm up on the short leg now. I'm making money on the short leg, the short call leg. So tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll buy back my puts, which really aren't that far from profitable right now, but I'll sell them. I mean, I'll sell my puts tomorrow, take in the chunk of change, buy back my short leg of the calls, and I'll be just straight long calls going into Wednesday. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember, guys, when you make that money, make sure you pay it forward. A little bit of that goes forward. Keep the flow going. Help somebody out in the universe. All right, and a little bit of that goes back to the channel. Make sure you're helping out the channel, guys. We're doing all of this free work. I don't have another job. This is my job. I went full force on this. So free. It's just free, 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 free. Everything's free. I need you guys to support. And then make sure whatever you spend that money on, you're spending it out of love. It's easy to trick yourself into thinking you need to do something that you know isn't right to do, but that's your mind playing tricks on you. The shortcut in life is the golden rule. It'll take you far in life. It'll take you there fast. You just got to be courageous. Spend that money out of love, and the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.